The night screams. 1,000 echoes rise from the burning valley, the cries of men, the roars of beasts, the crack of spears against bone. Fire paints the sky red. 2 tribes, 1 river, a war born not from greed, but hunger. The stronger tribe guards the flame. Their fires light the plain like a crown of power. The weaker watches from the shadows, starving, trembling, desperate. Their eyes glint with something new, something terrifying. The first war in human history begins not with words, but with silence. A single spark falls on dry grass. The flames leap. The air explodes with fear. And in that moment, the human heart learns its oldest rhythm, the rhythm of battle. This is the story of the first war for survival, a war that would decide who rules the dawn and who fades into dust. 6 million years ago, Africa, cradle of fire and storm. The world is raw, violent, alive. Herds of colossal beasts shake the ground. Giant vultures circle endlessly above fields of carcasses. The sun beats like a hammer. By a river, 1 tribe, the Fireholders, builds its life around a sacred flame. They hunt well, their children fed, their fires tall and proud. Across the cracked uplands lives another tribe, the Ashwalkers. Their water holes are dry. Their bones show through their skin. They watch the smoke from the Fireholders' camp twist into the sky. Each gust mocks their hunger. The Ashwalker chief grips a blackened spear. He stares at the distant firelight and whispers, "They have stolen the gods from us." For days, scouts watch from afar, studying their rivals, counting their numbers, learning the rhythm of their patrols. The hunt is no longer for beasts, it is for men. Night falls over the savannah. The Fireholders sleep in peace, trusting the circle of flames around their camp. But beyond the ring of light, a darker shadow moves. The Ashwalkers crawl on their bellies through the reeds. Mud hides their scent. Stone blades glint in the moonlight. They move like ghosts. Each breath shallow, a heart's pounding. A baby cries inside the Fireholder camp. The sound stops them cold. For a heartbeat, the world is still. Even the insects hold their breath. Then, a torch is thrown. The dry grass ignites. Flames roar outward. The Fireholders wake in confusion. Smoke chokes their lungs. Light blinds their eyes. Screams fill the night. Warriors rush for water, but the river is too far. The Ashwalkers charge, fire behind them. Death ahead. The first human ambush has begun. The Fireholders are not without cunning. Their leader, Karu, rallies the survivors. He orders the young to form a circle, the women to dig trenches, the elders to guard the flame. They fight not with anger, but with strategy. Using burning branches, they create walls of fire, steering the flames into narrow lanes that trap their attackers. The crack of wood, the hiss of smoke, the air becomes molten. Ashwalkers fall screaming as the fire consumes their path. Those who push forward find sharpened stakes waiting, crude but deadly. Each defender knows the rule: hold the fire, never let it die. In the chaos, Karu locks eyes with the Ashwalker chief. 2 predators meet, neither willing to retreat. Their tribes watch in horror as the leaders charge. Stone against bone, blood stains the riverbank red. When the flames finally fade, the ground is littered with ash and the dead, but the fire still burns. Dawn. Smoke covers the horizon. The Fireholders have survived, but victory has a cost. Half their warriors lie motionless. The air smells of death and fear. Far away, the surviving Ashwalkers crawl back to their caves. But fear breeds anger, and anger breeds something worse: vengeance. They craft new weapons, sharpened bones tipped with flint. They practice throwing stones from cliffs, learning to strike from afar. They begin to understand the concept of range. Soon they return. Karu's scouts spot them days before. Dozens of shadowed figures moving through the valley. This time, the Fireholders are ready. They dig pits and line them with spears. They stretch vines across narrow paths to trip their foes. They station lookouts on cliffs, signaling with smoke. The night comes alive again. But this time, the defenders are waiting. A shriek cuts through the dark. An Ashwalker falls into a pit, impaled. Another is crushed by a rolling boulder. The Fireholders strike with fury, emerging from smoke and fire. The hunters have become the hunted. The battle rages for hours. Firelight flashes on skin and blood. Every strike is desperate. Every scream a prayer. In the chaos, Karu corners the Ashwalker chief. Both are exhausted. Their bodies shaking, their eyes meet. Not in hatred, but in something deeper. Recognition they are the same. Two men bound by hunger, fear, and the will to live. Karu lowers his weapon. The Ashwalker hesitates, then does the same. Around them, their warriors continue to fight, but slowly the noise begins to die. The fire crackles. The sky begins to pale with dawn. Both leaders stand before the flames. Karu places his hand in the dirt and lifts it, palm open, a sign of truce. The Ashwalker chief nods. Together, they drop their weapons into the fire. The war ends. The tribes bury their dead together. Ashwalkers and Fireholders side by side. For the first time, enemies share a grave. Silence fills the valley, the kind that follows storms. Both tribes are changed forever. They no longer trust easily, but they understand that survival alone is not enough. They must build together or perish apart. Women tend to the wounded, mixing herbs and hollow stones. Children carry water. Old warriors sit beside the dying fire, their faces unreadable. Peace has come, but it feels fragile, like dry grass underfoot. That night, Karu stands alone at the riverbank. He watches the water shimmer with moonlight. Remembering the faces lost to war, he whispers to the stars, "Let the fire remain between us, not against us." And in the quiet, a strange calm fills the air. Humanity, for the first time, feels the ache of peace. Weeks later, the tribes begin to rebuild. They share food. They exchange skills. The Fireholders teach the Ashwalkers to control fire. The Ashwalkers teach the Fireholders how to strike from distance. Together, they craft new tools, stronger spears, stone axes, digging sticks. They learn to trap animals using pits and bait. This cooperation is the birth of strategy, not just for battle but for life. A group of hunters now works in formation, driving a herd of wild horses toward the cliffs. Others wait below with spears. The beasts panic, stampede, and fall. A victory not of strength, but of planning. From war comes wisdom. From fear comes unity. The two tribes, once enemies, now move as one. But the earth is never still. One morning the sky darkens. Storms roll over the valley. Lightning splits the heavens, igniting new wildfires. Panic spreads. The tribes scramble to protect their shelters, to carry their flame. When the storm passes, the valley is blackened. The river has changed course. The land that once fed them is gone. Karu and the Ashwalker chief stand together, watching their home burn. "Maybe the gods want us to move," says the Ashwalker. Karu nods slowly. "Then we will move, but together." The next morning, the two tribes leave the valley behind, carrying fire and hollowed stones, guarding it like life itself. The first alliance in human history begins. The wind howls once more through the empty valley. Ashes swirl where fire once burned. Bones lie buried beneath the dust. The story of the Fireholders and Ashwalkers is forgotten, yet their legacy endures. From their fear came courage. From their hunger came wisdom. From their war came humanity. Every weapon we build today, every fortress, every treaty, every act of peace, all echo that first conflict beneath the ancient sun. They learned that survival was not merely killing or conquering, it was understanding. The fire they fought over now burns in every home, every city, every hand that creates. And so, though their names are lost, their struggle remains. The first tribes fought not just to live, but to teach us how. This is the story of the first human war, the war that made us who we are, the war that taught the world to survive. Before the fire fades completely, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you imagine life was truly like millions of years ago? How do you think our ancestors faced fear, hunger, and war in a world still finding its shape? Share your thoughts in the comments below and tell us what story you'd like to see next in this journey through humanity's forgotten past. If you enjoyed this story, remember to like the video, subscribe for more cinematic tales of ancient survival, and join us again as we uncover the untold chapters of Earth's earliest history.